You good? It's almost the end of the day, so we start to have less energy. How are you today? Woo! Okay, I need a little bit to energize over here. If you're in a fantastic shape today, we are at Sanofi. We're really in great shape. A lot of energy, whatever the time is. So are you happy to be here? Please raise your hand and make some noise. That's it. It's important to make sure everyone is here before we start. So let's deal with our next session, next for today, obviously, but we have plenty of things to discover. We will talk now about Oli and AI. You have probably understood, if you were on our booth already, that Sanofi is all in AI to chase the miracles of science, to improve people's lives. And we will talk about how we can change an organization with AI, and it has a great success in manufacturing and supply. And for that, please welcome our next guest speaker from Sanofi, Franck Leroux.
Good afternoon, everyone. Very happy to be with all of you, of course, for this important session.
So let's start, Franck, with one important question. Let's talk about the purpose of Sanofi. I heard that you redefined your purpose lately.
Yeah, absolutely. You're right, Christina. So, of course, our role in Sanofi is, of course, to improve, the people's lives and public health in general. This is in our DNA, but I would say this is in the DNA of the biopharma industry. That's essential for us. And we want to insist, of course, as mentioned by Christina, on the miracles of science that we deliver thanks to our R&D-driven company.
And tell me, what the AI, what has it to do? What's the role of AI in all this?
AI is major, and this is particularly the element which has been enriched in our purpose, as you can see on the screen. So we want to use, AI, which is deployed at scale. And by the way, in our company, we developed a company agent named Concierge, and let's listen to Concierge, which will say a few words about this purpose of Sanofi.
Our ambition is to become the first pharma company powered by artificial intelligence, giving our people tools and technologies that focus on insights and allow them to make better everyday decisions.
So I understand basically that AI will be with us in the whole session. What would be the ambition? What does it mean for manufacturing and supply?
It means a lot, actually. Thanks to AI, we will increase the speed of launches, the speed of supply, and the speed of decision-making, actually. But, rather than a theoretical presentation, we were thinking that it was important to share with you a concrete case. Let's imagine that those two people from R&D and commercial operations are talking about, the results that we've just obtained after a clinical trial. Those results are just amazing. And they agreed that we should approve and launch this product at the speed of light in 2 countries. So this is a very exciting news for manufacturing and supply.
That's very interesting. And tell me, I know that's very interesting news, but at the same time, it's a challenge. No pressure on that, yeah?
No, of course, but the people are very, very proud to make possible the miracles of science. That's really our duty to deliver very quickly, those products and to ensure a vertical ramp-up.
What does it mean, vertical ramp-up?
Oh, actually, this is really our duty to treat as quickly as possible, the highest number of patients, particularly when this is an unmet medical need. In general, you need a few years, to reach the time to peak patients. But in case of a new drug, which will bring, a huge step up for the public health, clearly our objective, our duty is to deliver as quickly as possible this drug or this vaccine to the highest number of patients.
So I suggest we listen to the agent. What does he say?
Did you catch that? Nexus, the study targeting the new indications, is showing remarkable results.
Yes, they really are. In fact, they were so strong that the health authorities in 2 different countries decided to approve our submission earlier than expected.
That's a fantastic news. Now, let's make sure our colleagues from M&S can deliver the product to patients on time, in full, and with the right quality.
Yeah, it's really, our duty to make that happen, as we said. And sincerely, the first step that we will accomplish, with such a news is to analyze the status of our inventories. And actually, in manufacturing and supply, we developed the first agent named the Inventory Optimizer Agent in order to analyze the situation of our inventories. So let's analyze, So this is actually the app that we are using, and let's listen to the agent, which will, of course, tell us where we are regarding those inventories.
The Inventory Optimizer simulated multiple supply scenarios. The fastest way to increase stock and supply the patients in those two countries has been selected. We have enough active ingredient thanks to the good performance in our Modulus facility, but we need to expand our vial filling capacity.
I understand we can have a real conversation with the agent, yeah?
Yeah, this is just fascinating because I don't know if you heard properly, but the agent has told us that apparently when we talk about the active ingredient, drug substance, we have enough inventories, but the agent is telling us to focus on filling and packaging, right? And the fact that we have, as you probably know, to fill the active ingredient in syringes or vials, we have to place those filled containers in a box, and then afterwards we'll have to test and release all those batches, which will take a bit of time, of course.
I'm very impressed, I have to say. What about Modulus? What does he say?
Yeah, so we could go through, the performance of our production unit. Actually, in Neuville and Singapore, we constructed and validated 2 brand new units for active ingredient. You have a picture on the screen. And actually, according to, the agent, we have enough inventory, but this is thanks to the performance which has been obtained in this facility. Let's listen to the agent.
Well, in Modulus, thanks to Simply, our tool AI-enabled, we analyzed the main process parameters and improved the yield by 10%. For the active ingredient, our process robustness is fully under control.
Very impressive, actually, what is possible with AI today. And after the production of this active ingredient substance, what happens then?
Yeah, so that's what I was mentioning, actually. For drug substance, thanks to Simply, we have been able to increase the yield by 10% because we leverage what AI was telling us. And as you said, after the drug substance, we need to analyze what is the status of our filling and packaging operations. This is, as you can see here, those vials that are filled with the active ingredient. And actually, we try to improve the performance of the filling lines with a metric which is the overall equipment efficiency. And let's listen to the agent, which will tell us where we are regarding the performance of those filling and packaging lines.
Well, we've already made solid progress. With the support of McLaren, we've boosted our overall equipment efficiency by 12%. In practical terms, that means 12% more effective production time on our lines every day. I could say we are now in pole position for the efficiency.
That's very interesting, and the way you're using, actually, we'll talk about les 24 heures du Mans, as we say here. What about that? I think you have something also to say about before.
Yeah, so actually the partnership with McLaren has been just great, right? It started 3 years ago. You saw the car, right, which has been installed this morning with the participation of our CEO of Sanofi and CEO of McLaren. Actually, we developed a partnership because we are thinking that McLaren could help us by better leveraging the data, by bringing new technologies in order to boost the performance of those lines. It has been just amazing. And on the other side, another element that we deployed, thanks to McLaren, we created a kind of Formula One race across the sites of Sanofi in order to create a kind of emulation. We give awards each and every quarter for the sites which increased the performance significantly. So this kind of mindset that you see every Sundays during the Formula One races, we try to adopt the same mindset to accelerate the performance. And you heard the agent saying that actually we increased the performance of our lines significantly, which is actually a real case.
I see. And what about the delivery performance? What can we say about that?
So actually here, beyond the improvement of OEE, the objective is to go, beyond not only filling and packaging, but we have other opportunities to accelerate the release of our batches, thanks to the work which is done in quality. And I propose to go through, this slide and to hear the agent talking about what we can do in quality to speed up the release of our batches.
Yes, I'm confident. With DVSM, our digital value stream mapping tool for supply chain, we saw that we could reduce the lead time from production start to shipment readiness by 20%. That means more products delivered faster to patients without compromising quality.
Well, I hope there's no compromise.
Oh, no,
it's important for our health, I suppose.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's a no-brainer, right? That's our duty to ensure quality and compliance for all our drugs and all our vaccines. But we know that, in quality, the steps take a bit long, right? And so there are some opportunities as well, to reduce this time frame. And we are using an agent, you will see that here, to see how we could potentially accelerate the deviation management and as well the testing. I propose to hear the agent again.
As your AI assistant, I recommend starting by reducing production deviations. They are the primary source of delays. I also suggest streamlining mandatory quality controls to accelerate release times. Those times are 30% above best in class. Moreover, I strongly advise opening a second production line to deliver this unexpected demand. This would significantly enhance supply resilience.
Interesting, very interesting. I'm very much impressed how you can use that type of AI also for the production.
Yeah, absolutely. And you heard, right? We were talking at the beginning, so we have enough inventories in drug substance because we boost the yield. We analyzed the efficiency of the line, the filling lines, packaging line, with the partnership with McLaren. Here we talked about quality. What can we do to accelerate the testing and the release of our batches? So clearly you see the improvement of performance in each and every production step. But you heard as well at the end of the message provided by the agent, apparently even by improving performance, we need another line, another filling line to deliver what is expected by those two countries to deliver this new drug to the patients.
So basically, I have a question for you, dear audience. How long do you think it usually takes to transfer a process? It means that we know already the technology and we replicate the same production line, but on another side. How much time do you think it will take? Is that 3 months? How many people say 3 months? How many people would say 6 months? You can play the lottery today. It's Wednesday, yeah? How many people would say 12 months? Please raise your hands. How much time do we say? 12 months? 12 months? 12 months, a few people, 24 months? A couple of you, or more. Who says more? There's a couple. I don't know how to actually, you have the answer. I don't have the answer. So what's the answer?
So the answer is actually 24 months, but we are doing our best to try to shorten this time frame because as soon as you can validate a new line, then you can produce much more doses for the patients. So we are developing new use cases, particularly with the digital accelerator, but let's hear what the agent will answer.
Yes, Franck. It used to take around 24 months. But now, thanks to two powerful tools, the digital twin and AI, integrated into our MSAT reports, we've brought that down to just 18 months.
So you knew that
Yeah,
do.
no, absolutely. So you heard the agent talking about the digital twin. Actually, this is a simulation tool in order to validate virtually a new product on the line. And it does shorten, very well the time to validate a tech transfer. You probably know that in the airspace industry or automotive industry, we don't use prototypes to validate a new car or new plane. And this is our let's say, dream as well, to, validate virtually a new product on the line in order to start immediately the production of commercial batches. And thanks to the digital twin, we can validate virtually this tech transfer, and this is how we will shorten the time to validate a new product on the line. And those use cases, we are developing them with a digital accelerator that we've just inaugurated in Lyon a few months ago.
And what about this digital accelerator? Do you have many of them?
Yeah, actually, we installed 2 digital accelerators, one for R&D, another one for the commercial operations. And that was the opportunity for us to define, develop, test use cases to boost performance. And thanks to the success of those digital accelerators for R&D and commercial operations, we thought that it was necessary as well to create another one in Lyon for manufacturing and supply. And we will develop those use cases in order to accelerate the supply, of new products for the patients.
And let's talk about, again, we come back to the concrete case.
Yeah.
What about that concrete case you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, so let's imagine that, for this new drug that we wanted to supply in 2 countries, so you saw that thanks to the performance, of the production units, drug substance, filling, packaging, the acceleration in quality. So we have a lot of doses, and, with the validation of the new filling line, we have been able, to produce, manufacture, test, release enough doses in our warehouses, as you can see there. But then there's the question of the supply, of those doses across the markets. In which market, will we give the priority for the patients? And for that, we created another agent named the launch agent, which will allow us, to allocate the doses across the markets. And you have here on the screen just an illustration of that launch agent. And the agent will tell us, what we can do, across the countries, how many doses for how many patients, in order to make sure that, the people need this new drug, which is so much expected because this is an unmet medical need.
So we hear now on screen, we can see some athletes that some people probably know them, I suppose. What are they wearing? What that's actually flag mean?
Oh, that's the flag for, the struggle against meningitis. As you know, I think I have it here, right?
Yes,
yourself as well. And you saw the probably that on the car you find back the colors, of the meningitis disease. This is a very, very important message that we will provide during the race of Le Mans in the coming days. This is, one of the biggest pride, I would say, of Sanofi to supply those meninge vaccines in order to tackle this disease, which is absolutely awful.
So what is the main takeaway of all this? I mean, I understood we can have fantastic conversations that can really matter and accelerate the process. Tell us a few more details as a takeaway. Yeah,
so actually, we talk about AI and sometimes this is a bit theoretical. We are talking about technology, we are talking about, IS, I would say, digital, etc. But this is not about the technology. AI is about the patients. What can we do? How can we use, this fantastic, exciting technology which is emerging in order to accelerate the supply of new products, new drugs, new vaccines to those patients who desperately need, what we are able to give them, right? So that's really the purpose. And back to what we were saying at the beginning, we want to make miracles of science. And thanks to AI, we will accelerate the speed of launches, the speed of supply, and the speed of decision making in order to improve, their lives.
Thank you very much. Great applause to you and our agents. Thank you. Let's have a look. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to raise your hands. Don't hesitate to raise your hands if you have one question. I do have one question for you, Franck. Obviously, we're using AI for the production. How can we make sure that, we talked about that with our previous speaker earlier about hallucinations. It's the same thing for manufacturing and supply. How can we make sure AI doesn't hallucinate?
Hallucinate?
Yeah.
We are saying quite often that in the future, human will be replaced by human with AI. AI is there, to stimulate us, to challenge us, to recommend options, etc. But at the end of the day, we take the decision, right? So that's the reason why it's very important to keep that judgment call. This is true that, more and more AI will analyze many data with the improvement loop. We think that the recommendations made by AI will improve. But at the end, we have to start now. And the more we will use AI, the better it will be, for the recommendations made.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. Do we have any questions that came across? Otherwise, Franck, you're staying with us for a few minutes if there are other questions.
Sure.
Thank you very much. A great applause.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Franck. Thank you very much. And again, please don't hesitate to visit our booth. Thank you again, Franck. Please visit our booth. This is the last session here, but of course there is a lot happening. We have fantastic startups. We have virtual reality to take you to our new plants also. As Franck was saying, the car, Formula One, the McLaren car, and of course a journey from R&D, research and development, up to patients. Enjoy, have a lovely end of the day, and see you soon. Hey.